Greetings all, I am back here as promised to serve the tea like I told y'all last week. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Melanie Luja and my husband and I have a company that we have over 100 different types of healing teas, and what we do is we put teas and herb combinations together to help people combat the use of medication and things like that. Because of what's going on in the climate of America today, we've been shipping out to the post office quite a bit this week. We say we only ship on Mondays and Tuesdays, but y'all calling in these orders, so we're gonna get them to you as quickly as we possibly can. However, in the meantime, what's happening is that we're preparing the teas, and then we're also getting the phone calls that say, how do I do this? How do I use it? Because so many people are afraid to do it wrong. The instructions are right on the package. However, I'm doing this video because I think it's important for us to go ahead and show you how hard it is to make a mistake. We put together this blend of herbs, right? In this combination, you have ginger, you have cayenne pepper, you have turmeric, and then you have the black peppercorn to help activate the turmeric. You have camu camu. Camu camu is something that I think a lot of people have heard but don't know exactly what it is. It is a fruit, and it has a tremendous amount of vitamin C. So one of the things that we have to be mindful of right now is making sure we have a tremendous amount of vitamin C in our system. And that's one thing you can't really overdose on. So the best way to get it is straight through your orange. Why? Because camu camu is not a fruit that is common to us here. However, if you can get some camu camu in your system, that's just like almost eating a whole bag of oranges with 1 tablespoon or 1 teaspoon. Now, these herbs are ground, and we grind them like this because there are a lot of people who are not really tea people, so they say, but they do need to get the herbs into their system, so we also encapsulate. One thing that I forgot to tell you that's in here as well is Irish moss. Irish moss is good to keep your energy high while we're going through this time right here, because if we're sitting at home and we're doing a lot of work from our computer or from our couches, what we're finding is that we don't have any energy for the rest of the day. So, you know, get your yoga on, do what you got to do, but that Irish moss will give you the energy to kind of do those things as well. So what you do now is, I always recommend get you a teapot. This is a nice little comfortable teapot. You can order it online. It shouldn't cost too much. So what we recommend you do is you take a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons inside of this 1 pot of tea, pour the water all the way up. This right here will make about 12 cups of tea for your whole family. Why do I say 12 cups? Because 1 pot is about 6 cups. But at the end of the pot, what you'll find is that there will be this thick slurry at the bottom of the pot, right? And that is, these herbs right here will be wet down there because of the water that you've added to them. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get you a fresh pot of hot water, and you're gonna pour those over on top of those herbs as well. Why? Because a little bit goes a long way, and you want to get all of this in your system. Why? Because it's not going to just boost your immune system, but it's going to keep your heart and your blood strong too, and it's going to get you very healthy. We also have Burdock. Burdock Root is one of those things that help to get your blood clean. So right now is a really good time to have those things in your system. What is this, you say? This is... Now, this is one of those things that in general cold season, you use this right here. You pour, water over it. It is a root as well. And then you drink that tea, and it helps to knock your cold out in a really rapid way. So that's something that a lot of people don't have access to. So if these are herbs or things that you need, just give us a call. Go to our website. We can go ahead and we ship them in the mail. Now, one thing that a caller mentioned is that, what does it taste like? People are so afraid to taste it. Well, it's okay to taste it first. Like I said, there's ginger in there. So if you're a fan of ginger, then you're good. But if you're not a fan of ginger, become one, because it helps fight inflammation. And then you have the ginger, the turmeric, and the pepper in there too. Your inflammation is going to be gone in no time. It's going to help you kind of slim down a little bit. So if it's not very palatable to you, there are multiple things you can do to make this taste excellent. Right here, we have a jar of sliced oranges, right? How do they survive in there? Well, we take these little guys here, we slice them up, we put them in the dehydrator for a few hours, and then they turn into this. When you're drinking your tea, all you have to do is take a nice slice of orange, just lay it right on top and let it steep. One thing that's very important that I think a lot of people forget to do when preparing tea as well is that it's important for your tea to be covered up. There are a lot of essentials and essential oils and things that come in the tea and the aromatics and things like that. They're important and they're healing to the body as well. So when you cover your tea and let it steep for about 5 minutes, and you can let it go as long as 20 minutes, it's up to you depending on how hot you like it, but that helps to keep those things inside of the tea. So when you leave it open, you allow all those things to escape in the mist and the steam that comes in the water. So be mindful of making sure your tea is covered up so you can get all the nutrients and essentials that you need from there. I wanted to share this with you all as well. This right here is a combination of herbs, right? A lot of people are dealing with this cough, a dry cough especially. And one thing that's really good for a dry cough is orange peels. So you can go online and you can find a lot of these things, but they're not easily accessible these days. So what we've done is we've taken orange peels, we've taken licorice root, and then we've taken lungwort herbs, and we put them all together, mix them together, and then you pour that, take a teaspoon of this right here, put it in your teapot as well. Pour the water on top of it, let it steep. This right here has a very sweet, sweet aftertaste if you let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now, if you let it go for 20 minutes, that licorice root can get you. So you might want to be mindful of how quickly you drink this one. However, I just really want everybody to be mindful that this is not a race. You know, you can really take your time with this. You can soft sip on this all day so you can have it in your system and, you know, kind of get you through the day and get you moving. So you could just, you know, have that to the side. A combination like this will get you to the point where you're not really even craving coffee so much. So if coffee is one of those things that you're craving in the morning, you know, this combination and this combination, either one, the ginger in here will help to fight those headaches that you get while your body is going through this detox of caffeine. Even if you go to half calf first, I don't necessarily recommend decaf coffee because there's a lot of chemicals that go into them to pull out the caffeine. So you just have to kind of choose your poison. Do you want the chemicals or do you want the caffeine? Caffeine also has its benefits. Let us know what it is that you need if you don't already have it. A lot of y'all got it at home already. You just haven't used it. So go ahead, get those things in your system, use it, drink your teas, stay strong, and remember, it is important to get enough rest. There's a yin and a yang, so you got to get enough rest just as much as you have to work, and a lot of times those lines get crossed when you're in one particular space and environment all day long. So be able to identify what your day looks like and move through your day in a flow and in peace and love and light, and get your vitamin C in your system. Stay strong, and we'll be back with another cup of tea real soon.